홍다은의 하나님이 사랑하는 청년 이야기.
Hello, my name is Pete Ramirez, and I'm actually not Korean. I actually grew up in Texas, Mexico, Texas, Illinois, and back and forth between them, the two states. But now I'm in the Chicagoland area. So something about me that a lot of people find very interesting is that I actually attend two churches. I attend the Bridge Community Church and a Korean church called Blue at Park Ridge. In the pursuit of trying to learn Korean, I drew closer to God. So back in the late 2010s, I started working at a Korean company. And I'd never been around Korean people, let alone work culture. But the more I worked at the company, the more I grew to love the culture and my coworkers. And the more I've noticed that the more I moved up in that company, the more Korean they will speak. And at times I was left out on conversations or on inside jokes because they were all speaking Korean. So I decided to take up Korean for myself so I can learn of the conversations that I was being left out. So I decided to start going to a Korean church because I grew up in the church. So if I wanted to learn Korean, I will find it easier if I knew already of it. So I started attending a church called Blue Church in Park Ridge. I've never attended a Korean church service before. This was my first time. And since I grew up in the church, it was very new to me, especially having meals after every service and having fellowship after service, making it a really long time at church for me. But during those times, I grew closer to the young adults that were at the church. Not many, but there were some. And one day, one of the girls from the young adults invited me to a CYCF event. I went because I was interested in knowing what this event was with other young Korean people, which at times it was really odd for me since I was not Korean. So I attended this event and I quickly learned what CYCF was all about. They were trying to connect young Korean people to the church, people that have been hurt by the church or have left the church because circumstances. And I really liked what they were doing. Next thing I knew, I was a regular at their Wiz Worship monthly gatherings, where we worship, hang out, and have small Bible studies. And every time I will attend, I would learn about God and who He was through Him, His Word, and the people that were around me. Then I started attending other events, like their choir events, their game nights, their basketball tournaments, which they were kind of fun. But then I started attending their morning prayers, which it was a bit hard since they were early, but at times we need to step out of comfort in order to grow. So coming to those morning prayers was very helpful for me, having a moment to just setting the time and place where other people that might not speak your language are also praying to God. And that drew me a bit closer to God since I was not really a strong prayer when it comes to praying. I always thought my prayers were very self-spoken, or at times I would think to myself, how come I don't sound like they do when they pray to God? But coming to those morning prayer times, I grew to learn that God doesn't really care about how loud your prayer is or how soft-spoken or if it doesn't sound quite right to you. He cares about having a relationship with Him and having the time to come to Him and ask Him and find forgiveness for the things that we have done. So those morning prayers help me on my day-to-day praying time with God. And now having a time set on a daily basis praying for me became more natural to me instead of something difficult. So getting connected to CYCF and having like-minded people that are also followers of Jesus Christ has helped me grow closer to God. I might not know Korean yet, but I'm learning to know God more. My name is Pete Ramirez, and I'm a follower of Jesus Christ.
지금까지 청년의 시선으로 예수 동행의 삶을 전하는 홍다은의 하나님이 사랑하는 청년 이야기였습니다.